So today we have a special episode because we actually have two students with us. We have Samantha Chiarello and Casey Gringer from the University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine. How are you all doing today?
Doing great.
Great. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Out here in Atlanta, it seems like you all are getting a lot of sun out there, so that's that's awesome. That's awesome. But if we can go ahead and get started with everything, can you all kind of give me a quick little summary of your journey to dental school? So basically, like where you're from, where you went to undergrad, what you major in, and did you either of you take a year off?
Yeah. So I'm from New Jersey, and I actually knew I wanted to be a dentist for a while.
Yeah.
My siblings, my older sister, brother-in-law, and brother all went to Penn Dental. So obviously I had a natural affinity for it. In high school, I knew I wanted to do dentistry, so I applied to a 7-year program with Villanova and UPenn. Luckily, I got in. So I went to Villanova for undergrad for 3 years, and then Penn Dental. I'm in my second year right now. And it's just been like a really great, easy flowing journey so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm Casey. I grew up in Smithfield, Virginia, and then I attended Virginia Tech for 4 years. After 4 years, I took 1 year off and applied during that year, traveled, worked as an ortho assistant. And then now I'm a second year at Penn. My brother's also, graduated this past year from Columbia. Currently works in the military. I'm also on the 4-year Army HBSB scholarship. And that's where we are right now, about to start clinic here soon. Hopefully see what this virus does.
Yeah. Hopefully everything passes quickly so y'all can go ahead and get in. But awesome. So I kind of want to just ask you all, one of the high yield questions. First and foremost, DAT. So Samantha, did you have to take the DAT in your program?
Yes.
Okay, so you still took
it. We had to take the DAT, and we had to get a minimum score of 18 on every section.
Okay.
To be allowed into the program.
She knocked it out of the park, though.
Of course. But I would like to hear how, both of you all, what would be your number one, tip to students who are about to take the DAT? If you could just give them, one piece of advice, what would that be?
Do you want to start off?
Oh yeah, just take your time. You can see the schools on what their DAT and what their average acceptance is. So just know where you shoot. For Penn, it's a 21.9, basically a 22 for AA, and then that varies between total science, like a 21 and whatnot. Just take your time. My whole philosophy with exams is I only like to take it once because it's pretty depressing going through that time of studying, as you know.
Yeah.
And as you know as well. So I say just take things once and then just get through it, power through it, and know that it'll be worth it at the end of the day.
Awesome.
So my word of advice is to use your time wisely. I obviously, I know a lot of people don't do it this way, but because I had that minimum requirement I needed, I only studied for 2 weeks before the DAT. So I would it was good. TG cramp was the best thing ever. I just took a ton of practice tests and learned from them. But I would wake up in the morning and just sit down and really use my time to the most. I don't know if that makes sense, but I would do the most I can in the day. Make use of all the time that I put to studying. I wouldn't use my phone. I wouldn't do other things, and I focus on that. Have a set time for each day that I want to focus on. Just take a lot of practice tests, learn from them. That's my biggest piece of advice.
Awesome. Okay. And so a lot of our viewers, they kind of want to stand out, right? They want their face to be known within the school. And so I want to ask you all, does Penn have any type of pre-dental programs or any summer type of programs that people can get involved in?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know too much about this.
I can take this one because I spoke at one of them.
Okay.
So I actually gave an application workshop during it. They have a summer academy, which is 2 days long, up during, I think it's late June or early July. I don't think that's happening this year, obviously, with the virus, but moving forward, every year they usually have that. And then they have a pre-dental day as well.
From my end, I know there are things I don't know, if you know anyone in the school or if you want to reach out to anyone, even us, if you're hey, can I come see the school? We could just show you around. You could sign in. We could show you anything. The students are very open, welcoming. He's a mentor for the school too. So if anyone wants to reach out to him,
I'm an admissions ambassador. So I've given tours on weekends as well. So if you ever need it, contact Corky Kakas, our dean, Corky, for admissions. And then she'll get in touch with me. And if I'm free on that Saturday or Sunday, or even during the week, we can schedule that. You just have to get a permission slip, and then I can give you a tour.
They're also, I was involved with the Oral Cancer Walk Committee, and they reach out to a lot of pre-dental clubs around the area, like colleges and stuff. And we invite them to come out to, like, you know, kind of meet the students, do the oral cancer run or walk with us, kind of like meet dentists in the area, meet us, like ask any questions, kind of get involved a little bit that way. I did that when I was in undergrad, and it was nice to like meet, you know, like some of the older students, like get their feedback on the school.
Amazing. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So Samantha, I believe you did not have an interview.
No, I don't.
Okay. So Casey, you did. So can you kind of like walk us through your interview day?
Yes. So you get there around, I believe it's 8 a.m. And then you go through the typical presentations and stuff. You have 2 interviews while you're there. One's open note and one's closed note. For the closed, you're just kind of have a conversation. I feel like of all the interviews that I went to, Penn was like the most relaxed. They didn't really ask too many difficult questions, and they're more looking forward to, okay, you got to this process. Now, are you somewhat normal?
Which is huge, which is very important.
Yeah, you gotta know.
Very important.
I also just like adding one thing to that. I mean, obviously I didn't go through interviews, but I think they do a really good job picking groups of people that go well together. Like my favorite thing about Penn is definitely the people. And I think that like our grade gets along really well. Like, I don't know, they did a really good job picking personalities that like mesh together and like people that could all get along and work well together.
Awesome. And just so the viewers do know, because I don't think that, well, some of them might not know what open versus closed interview actually means. So can you kind of explain the difference?
Yes. So they have your entire packet in the open, and so they'll kind of go off questions, be like, oh, you did this volunteering or you did this research. Can you expand more on that? With the closed, it's they kind of start off the questions how they want. They could go anywhere that they want with it, and then you just flow the conversation from there.
Okay, awesome, thank you. And so let's talk about your first year. You know, a lot of people wonder, you know, will I be in clinic at all? Will I be able to pick up a handpiece? Like, what does my didactic schedule look like? Can you guys kind of go through what your first year kind of looked like in totality?
Yeah, so it definitely starts off with obviously the didactic things, academic courses. You do those to start off, they kind of like ease you in. So you have like, I don't know how it's going to be in the future, but we had 2 weeks of orientation. So that was really nice to like ease everyone in. We all got to know each other, got comfortable with like living in a city, you know, it's like different moving to Philadelphia for some people. So that was really nice to have those 2 weeks just to ease in and get comfortable there. And then they start out the courses kind of slowly. I mean, it's really not that bad. Like, it's just like you get used to a schedule. Like they have like a test a week for our grade. They have a test a week. So you get used to that. Like you study for that test before, then you take it. Then like you study for the next test. And it's just a kind of very easy flow that you get into. You start lab around like, I don't know, I think almost halfway through.
It's October.
Yeah, I guess earlier than halfway. We also do shadowing in clinic once a week. So we get to shadow D3s and D4s. Get to like, you know, see how they interact with patients, see how they do actual work. I found that really helpful because we're going to be in clinic, you know, in a few months, and like starting off so early and seeing that is really nice to see how the actual like, you know, process works once you're up there. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, academic affairs here at Penn is pretty accommodating. We start off with an occlusion course in October, and then we do our restorative, and then moving on to D2 year, you do your crown and bridge work. But the didactic parts, I mean, it's difficult. It starts getting difficult in the spring. The way Penn works, for our class is the last class that it was one exam every week, which I like because it keeps you on top of.
I think they're going back to that though for the new grades.
Yeah, they might. Yeah. Pen's in a weird transition right now for this current class of 2023 with the D1 class. They moved to a block schedule exam, and so I think that's not going too well. So they're going to switch back to.
I heard they're switching back to how ours is. Feel badly for the grade below us, but. Yeah, it becomes this very easy, like natural flow that you get into, and you really get to like learn, your schedule and your week. They record all the classes too, which is a huge plus because I personally can't learn like a big group, so I need to watch lectures alone. So that's really helpful for me that like there aren't a lot of mandatory classes there, so I can like, go home and like watch those on my own.
Right.
Also, any incoming class, everything is going to be graded. For us, lab was pass fail. For class of 2024 and moving forward with each class after that, preclinical lab will be graded. And also for us, clinic is not graded. So all our grades are just the didactic of first, second, and third year. Third year, you only have like an exam once a month. But clinic is going to be graded as well.
Okay. Awesome. And so I need two separate answers for this one. What do you all consider to be unique specifically to Penn? Now, of course, you all haven't been to other dental schools, but what's something that you find to be special about Penn?
I mean, I think I said this before, but like I know this is such a cliche answer, but honestly, the people are my favorite thing about the school. It's like it really is just such a welcoming, warm environment, and like you would think in dental school some people would try to be like cutthroat or something, but at least the people like I've surrounded myself with, it's a very like loving place where everyone like really tries to work together. No, it's just like they pick like really great people who like I don't know, who just are really nice to surround yourself with.
And how big is the class?
We have 120 right now. Well, we used to have 120, 130. And then they added past students. So I think we have like 160 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
For my answer is just if you take a tour or been to University of Pennsylvania School of Dental Medicine, just when you walk in, it's absolutely beautiful. Like it's very aesthetic. The facilities, when you walk into our main clinic, the facilities are beautiful. And downstairs, they just put a lot of money into, I think they have 10 CAD CAM machines now. Wow. So our new dean is really pushing all of the innovations and technologies that are coming out just now. So I like the direction that Penn is going.
Awesome. Weird question. Temple, is Temple close to y'all, or is it?
Like, I don't know, 20 minutes away-ish?
That's just because of traffic. It's really only 2 miles, maybe a mile and a half. But I mean, it's very far because the city, traveling is like 20 minutes.
Do y'all ever like come together or anything like that to collab? Or?
Like, I'd say we have two social events, one in the fall and one in the spring. For the fall, we usually do a baseball game through the American Student Dental Association. And that's always fun. So we get to tailgate and talk to them and then go to the baseball game. And then the spring, they hold a social for the D1s. And we can crash that if we decide to.
Also, I know one of our fraternities, they had like a joint party with Temple, their fraternity there. And I went to that last year. It was fun. It was nice. Everyone like got to like interact and, meet new people. My brother made a bunch of friends. So it's awesome. Like you kind of get to know some people there.
That's awesome. Okay. And the last question of the interview, if you all could go back and talk to your younger selves while you were going through the application process, what's like one piece of advice, one, encouraging word, whatever you want it to be, what would that one thing be that you would tell yourself?
I would tell myself to not be so scared. Like not about the application process necessarily for my specific situation, but just like, I was really nervous about dental school in general. And I having seen my siblings go through it and talk about all their tests and hear them talk about all the drugs that we were learning and everything. And it all sounded so daunting to me. And now that I'm actually in it, it's way more manageable than I thought it would be. And it's just, I don't know, it's way more comfortable than you think it's going to be. So just don't be nervous about dental school, I would tell myself.
I'd say I have 3 things. 1, keep an open mind. 2, do your research on all the schools and talk to students that are there. And 3, and the most important, stay off of Student Doctor Network.
I mean, that's actually one of the reasons why we started our whole platform.
That's awesome.
Because we felt like SDN was the only resource, for a long time. And it kind of psyched everybody out for a while. So
I love what you guys are doing.
It's great.
Thank you. We appreciate you all helping us today. Genuinely, we really do appreciate it. We know that your time is very valuable. We have a little bit more time now, so it's it's a little bit different, but still do appreciate you. If anybody wants to reach out and ask you all questions, what's the best way for them to contact you?
For me, probably email.
Okay.
Do you want me to tell you?
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's Chiars, CHIARS @upenn.edu. Just send me whatever email, any questions you have. I'll be happy to help.
Thank you.
Same thing with my email or Facebook or Instagram. For my email, it's cgringer, GRINGER, @upenn.edu.
Awesome, awesome. And of course, everybody, I will put those emails in the description box below. But once again, you all from the FutureDDS family, we want to say thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us. Stay safe.
Us.
Everyone stay safe out there.
Yeah.
Everybody, definitely. Everybody, if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit the subscribe button below. And if you have any questions for us over here at FutureDDS, you can shoot us a DM at _FutureDDS, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. But until next time, see y'all later. Bye, y'all.